Welcome to a land where history isn't just preserved in museums, it stands tall in the very skyline. Our journey begins in the heart of Kyiv, at the majestic St. Sophia's Cathedral. Dating back to the 11th century, this UNESCO World Heritage Site is a breathtaking masterpiece of Byzantine and Ukrainian Baroque architecture. Look at those shimmering gold and green domes catching the sunlight. They have witnessed centuries of triumphs and trials. Step inside, and you are surrounded by ancient mosaics and frescoes that have survived empires, revolutions, and modern conflicts. Moving west to the cultural capital, we find the Lviv National Opera House. Standing as a testament to European artistic elegance, its neo-Renaissance facade is adorned with intricate sculptures symbolizing glory, poetry, and music. The grand mirror hall inside tells stories of world-class performances. These structures are more than just stone and gold. They are the living, breathing soul of Ukraine. In 2026, they stand not only as historic marvels, but as global symbols of cultural resilience and architectural pride that refuse to be erased. This is history you don't just see, you feel it. To truly understand Ukraine, you must look closely at the threads that weave its identity together. Culture here is a shield, a celebration, and a daily statement of identity. Take a look at the vyshyvanka, the traditional embroidered shirt. It is far more than a fashion statement. Each geometric pattern, each specific color palette, tells a story of a specific region, representing protection, love, and ancestral heritage. Today, contemporary Ukrainian designers are fusing these ancient patterns into high-fashion runways worldwide. But the culture extends far beyond textiles. It is alive in the hauntingly beautiful polyphonic folk singing that echoes through village festivals, and the fiery energy of the Hopak traditional dance. Even in the face of modern adversity, Ukraine's creative spirit has exploded. Art galleries, underground theater productions, and classical concerts in unexpected places have become a vital part of daily life. The world is finally realizing that Ukrainian culture isn't a subcategory of something else. It is uniquely distinct, rich, fiercely independent, and incredibly vibrant. Let's step off the main tourist tracks and dive into the daily rhythm of Ukraine's most distinct neighborhoods. First, we explore Podil in Kyiv, the historic merchant quarter. Nestled along the Dnipro River, Podil is where old-world charm meets bohemian hipster energy. Cobblestone streets are lined with mid-century low-rises, indie coffee shops, vintage bookstores, and vibrant street art. It's a place where artists, students, and creators gather, giving the historic docks a youthful heartbeat. Next, we teleport to the cobblestones of Lviv's Old Town, centered around Ploshcha Rynek, or Market Square. This neighborhood feels like a living fairy tale, heavily influenced by Renaissance and Central European architecture. Every single corner here has a secret. You might pass an unassuming wooden door only to find an underground courtyard cafe or a hidden jazz bar. Exploring these neighborhoods reveals the true character of Ukrainian cities, places where deep-rooted traditions seamlessly blend with an unforward-looking, unstoppable youth
Get ready
culture.
to satisfy your appetite, because Ukrainian cuisine is a masterclass in comfort food. At the absolute center of the culinary world here is borscht. This rich, beet-based soup is so culturally significant that it is protected by UNESCO. It's slow-cooked with root vegetables, dill, and tender meats, always served hot with a generous dollop of fresh sour cream and warm, garlic-infused bread rolls called pampushki. Then come the vareniki, delicate dumplings stuffed with everything from savory mashed potatoes and fried onions to sweet, juicy sour cherries. Pair them with salo, cured pork fatback served thinly sliced on dark rye bread with a kick of spicy mustard. What makes the food scene in 2026 truly exceptional is the modern culinary revolution. Young chefs across the country are taking these traditional village recipes and elevating them into Michelin-level fine dining experiences. It's hearty, authentic, deeply satisfying food that comforts the soul and tells the story of a fertile, generous land. Navigating Ukraine is an experience defined by efficiency and an iconic symbol of national pride, the railway network, Ukr-Zaliznytsia. The country's train system is legendary, remaining incredibly punctual, reliable, and smooth. Traveling between major cities like Kyiv, Lviv, and the Carpathian region is best done on their clean, modern intercity express trains, or via traditional overnight sleepers, where you can fall asleep to the gentle rhythm of the tracks and wake up at your next destination. Inside the major cities, public transit is remarkably affordable and comprehensive. Kyiv's metro system is an absolute must-see. Not only is Arsenalna Station the deepest subway station in the entire world, descending over 105 meters underground, but many stations double as underground architectural museums with grand chandeliers and marble pillars. To get around locally, simply download local ride-hailing apps like Bolt or Uklon for safe, heavily regulated, and budget-friendly trips. Navigating Ukraine is simple, tech-forward, and deeply integrated into the local way of life.
If you think shopping in Ukraine is all about generic souvenirs, think again. The country has transformed into a massive creative powerhouse for independent fashion and craftsmanship. In Kyiv, your absolute first stop must be Vsi Svoy on Kreshatik Street. This massive, multi-story department store exclusively sells items made by local Ukrainian brands. From high-quality leather boots and avant-garde streetwear to handmade ceramics and minimal home decor, it showcases the immense talent of the nation's youth. For a more traditional and sensory experience, head to the open-air craft markets like the famous Vernissage in Lviv. Here, you can browse through stalls of hand-woven rugs, hand-painted wooden ornaments, and authentic vintage jewelry sold directly by the artisans themselves. Buying local here isn't just retail therapy. It directly supports independent creators, small businesses, and a thriving local economy that pours its heart into every single product. Prepare to capture some of the most stunning vistas in all of Europe. Ukraine's diverse landscape offers views that will leave you speechless. In Kiev, head to the park at Volodymyrska Hill or the pedestrian glass bridge. From here, you get a panoramic view of the ancient Trukhanov Island and the vast, shimmering Dnipro River splitting the metropolis in two. For an urban sunset, climb up to the High Castle Park in Lviv. As the sun dips below the horizon, the city's historic spires, cathedrals, and terracotta roofs glow in deep shades of amber and violet. But the ultimate crown jewel for nature lovers is the Carpathian mountain range in the west. Hike up towards Mount Hoverla or ride the scenic ski lifts in Bukovel during the summer. You will be greeted by layers of endless green peaks, dense emerald pine forests, and low-hanging mist rolling smoothly over isolated mountain villages. It's a therapeutic, epic view that reminds you of the timeless, natural majesty of this beautiful country. Beyond the famous city centers lie destinations wrapped in mystery and absolute romance. Our first stop is a place straight out of a fairy tale, the Tunnel of Love in Klevin. This stunning 2-mile stretch of industrial railway is completely enclosed by a lush, perfectly arched canopy of green trees. Walking through this vibrant green tunnel feels like stepping through a portal into another dimension. Next, we journey south to the dramatic medieval fortress of Kamianets-Podilsky. Situated on a massive loop of the Smotrich River Canyon, this towering stone castle looks like it was built by fantasy authors. The deep rocky gorge acts as a natural moat, making it one of the most visually striking and historic fortresses in Eastern Europe. These hidden treasures prove that Ukraine's beauty runs incredibly deep, offering unique rewards for travelers willing to look beyond the ordinary guidebooks. And a deep respect for the local environment. Security is the #1 priority. Before booking, always check your home country's active travel advisories. Once in Ukraine, it is absolutely essential to download the official Air Alert app on your smartphone, which provides real-time notifications for safety steps. And familiarize yourself with the nearest shelter locations, which are widely available in hotels and public transit stations. Keep in mind that martial law curfews are strictly enforced at night, meaning streets must be clear during specific late hours.
Economically, the local currency is the hryvnia, and Ukraine is almost entirely cashless. You can pay for everything from a street coffee to a train ticket using your phone or contactless card. Let's look at a realistic daily budget for 2026. Ukraine remains incredibly affordable for international creators and travelers. A budget traveler can comfortably manage on around 30 to 40 US dollars a day, covering a bed in a boutique hostel, traditional local meals, and metro transit. For a mid-range experience, expect $70 to $100 per day. This covers a private hotel room in a safe neighborhood, exceptional dining, and intercity train travel. It is a journey that requires mindfulness, but rewards you with unparalleled perspective, warmth, and resilience.